Hi folks, Fred Isbell here, Senior Director, SAP Services Marketing. I'm talking to you from my home office here in Boston, Massachusetts. Fortunately, I'm not at the meeting this week in New York City. I'm on vacation with my family, long time scheduled. We've done a series of these spring break trips with the kids, and this is actually the last one that we have until my daughter goes off to college. So I'll not only be an empty nester, but I'm certainly going to be free this time next year. So I have a little presentation to share here. I'm going to give this on my iPad because I went to a conference recently. I referred to laptops as grandpa boxes, so I want to be cool. So moving on to my second slide here, I'm attired here in the home team New York City, New York Rangers attire. I'm actually wearing the jersey of number 99, my favorite player all time in hockey, Wayne Gretzky. So this first slide here is very prophetic. Wayne's father, Walter, taught him all about the game. And I think this really reflects our challenge. Our challenge is just like 9-year-old Wayne Gretzky learned from his coach and his dad, Walter. We have to skate to where the puck is going. We need to go to where the market and our customers are going. I love this quote because it not only showcases a great thought process for hockey players, which is anticipation, but also highlights in business how we have to anticipate where the market is going and our customers are going. And having been at SAP now 13 years, I certainly think this is the best practice for us. So moving on, just a little bit about me. I've been with SAP for 13 years. I'm a senior director responsible for the regional engagement, demand management, and the planning function for the services marketing team. I joined SAP way back in 2000. I spent the first 4 years in a small and mid-sized business, or SME, and highlights included the launch of SAP All-in-One and doing some incredibly great things with channel partners, fairly early stage in the SME journey. I started the services marketing effort in North America in 2004. Working with stakeholders that included at the time Greg Tom. Greg had actually just rejoined SAP, and during the 3.5 years I worked under Greg Tom in that function, we more than doubled the SAP services business. I've had the fortune of working in the region for a very long time and joined the global team back in October to kind of change things up a little bit. I came to SAP after a 13-year career at Compaq and Digital. And I'm very proud of that because I had a long-standing function in things like early stage business intelligence marketing, internet business solutions, and a lot to do with partners. And no one remembers really DEC that much. Compaq's a little more known. So I also learned a lot about how to be successful in a company doing early stage projects, and learned a lot about the experiences of how to take things to the next level and the next step. And way back when, if you go back to the beginning of time, I was actually a consultant for several years after I graduated from the Duke Fuqua Business School. And my education is actually as an economist and political science guy from Yale. So I bring a little bit of an academic flavor at times. Some of my colleagues nickname me Professor Fred, and I'm kind of proud of that, actually. I've been married for 26 years to my wife, Nancy. We have 3 kids. Brian, 24, graduated from Middlebury recently. My son Scott is a second-term freshman at Emerson College in Boston, and my daughter Katie is a senior in high school and moving on. I've had the fortune of being an ice hockey coach for many years. I'm actually level 4 certified, which allows me to coach at the high school level. And I coached all 3 kids, including 7 years coaching my daughter in girls hockey, and that was probably the most exciting part. Not only are girls more coachable, but they all listened, unlike some of the boys I coached over the years. So moving on, a tale of 2 services marketing VPs. I had a chance to work with the services marketing team through the entire length of the team being around. Jeff Winter, great mentor, great friend, and great colleague. I think, based upon the team and the principles of the marketing pillars, One SAP, the instantiation and growth of the brand, now the SAP Services brand, supporting the master brand, and most importantly, integration and embedding services marketing into all of our activities. We're scheduled, or we're rather positioned to be successful moving forward. So very excited to work under Sean Reynolds. I've talked to Sean several times so far, have yet to meet him, and I'm unfortunately not meeting Sean in person this week. But having Sean having worked in the cloud area with Greg Tom, I think we certainly understand a lot of the expectations that our senior stakeholders have for us, and very excited about that. Moving on, Julie has asked us to kind of put in words our moonshot concepts. So, my concept is really focused at taking and highlighting and putting all the pieces together for the SAP solutions journey. We talk about SAP licensed products, and we talk about services. Well, let's put them all together. Let's use the strategy, which is fundamentally sound in the growth for both SAP as a company and for the services organization, and bring that together. We'll embed that with thought leadership, which is basically aligned with the notion of the customer journey. And finally, let's use the branding, the SAP services branding, to bring this all together and put the customer at the center, at the epicenter of all this. We'll achieve differentiation in terms of our efforts, in terms of combining, again, the branding with customer proof points. And finally, aligned with where customers want us to be talking to them at the appropriate time in the journey, the thought leadership. So at the end of the day, we will showcase the people, the experts that represent SAP services, and the legacy that we have of bringing demonstrable business value and business results. So yes, that's a picture of me with Mr. Data, Brent Spiner, at one of the industry trade shows. And I actually think that I do look a little Vulcan there with my my eyebrow. So yes, live long and prosper, everyone. So moving on, what we will accomplish as a team. This is actually my second favorite team to the Boston Bruins, or having lived in Philadelphia for 10 years, sometimes my most favorite team. And this is a great quote from Fred Shiro, who is the coach of the 1974 and 1975 Stanley Cup winning Flyers team. I love this, and by the way, that's a little Photoshop job. I don't think the SAP logo was available in the 1970s for hockey games, although I think Chris Burton and the events team would have loved to have had that at the time. But win together today, and we will walk together forever. This was scribbled on a chalkboard when the Flyers won their first Stanley Cup in May 1974 against, of all teams, the Boston Bruins. This had a huge impact on me as a kid. I was actually at the game, and it's ironic being both a Flyers and a Bruins fan all these many years later. So showcasing that we will have a great opportunity here as a team to be successful. And Shiro, was the Flyers coach, but he also ended his career as the coach of the New York Rangers. So a nice tie-in to our visit and our meeting here in New York City. And that picture you see right there is the Flyers alumni who played the Rangers alumni last year's Winter Classic, the outdoor classic. I think that's the only time there's ever been a Flyers-Rangers game that didn't have a fight in it. So, quote here from Freddie the Fog, as he's known, and some words from myself. So again, I thank you. Here's my contact information. I look forward to working with all of you. I hope you guys have a great meeting. Missing seeing you in New York City, but we'll look forward to seeing everyone in New York City, Palo Alto, Waldorf, Germany, Newtown Square, and all places in between, and of course, virtually on all of our conference calls and meetings. Have a great week, and I look forward to seeing all of you and meeting all with you soon. Thanks.